All right, it's time for Playback with myself, Adi Oladipo. You know that is former WBC Cruiserweight King Tony Bellew. Today, we're doing a big Playback. This is a special one. We've got Tony Bellew versus Oleksandr Usyk from the Manchester Arena, 10th of November 2018. What a spectacular night it was. Tone, this was it, right? This was the big event. This was you versus Oleksandr Usyk, arguably one of the best cruiserweights we've ever seen. You coming from heavyweight after those 2 good wins against David Haye.
Yeah.
What was it about this fight that you wanted so much?
Do you know what, Adi? This is the first time I've watched it back with someone with me. At the time I watched it back the one time properly, I was alone. So crazy looking at this now, sitting with you. But what did I want from this fight? Purely, this fight was based on glory and nothing else but that. All the belts were at stake. I was trying to do something that no one could have ever imagined possible. And that's all it was about.
What an atmosphere, by the way. You just said to me, sort of off camera, like a Liverpudlian, getting that kind of reception in Manchester. What goes through your head as you walk in, you're making that ring walk? You know it's going to be danger. You know you're probably going to get hurt. All the things you've spoken to me about. What's going through your mind as you're making the ring walk?
When I left the dressing room, when I arrived at the arena, I knew this was the last time I was ever going to walk into a boxing arena as a fighter again.
Really?
Yep. I knew before.
Win or lose?
Yeah, I knew before the fight was in. I knew this was the last walk I was ever going to make in my career. So, yeah, them emotions are in your mind. I remember putting my head down before going, and I'd always speak to my late coach, Jimmy Albertina, and say a few words to him. And ask me nan and granddad to keep me safe. I'm not really a religious person. I don't talk to God or stuff like that. I wish I could be, but I'm not. But I would speak to people I've lost throughout my life who I love and miss dearly, and I would just ask them to let me perform to the best of my ability and keep me and him safe.
Are you paying attention? Obviously, you're jumping through the ropes now. You know Oleksandr Usyk's about to make his way into the ring. Are you paying attention to him coming in? Are you in your own mind, in your own emotions, or are you thinking, okay, he's about to follow me?
No, do you know what? I was not going to lie, I was massively emotionally invested in this fight. As you can see, I'm anxious, I'm angry. This was the one fight in my career where I went into the ring quite angry and determined to prove everyone wrong.
Nervous?
No, never any nerves. Not for the. I mean, I've been nervous for 2 fights in my life. Goodison Park against the London Maccabi. That wasn't nerves, that was fear.
Yeah.
Petrified of losing. Massive amount of nerves, to be fair, in Goodison Park, and me very first ever fight against a guy called Rob Beach from St Helens ABC.
Shout out to Rob Beach, from
Beach,
St Helens ABC.
John Chizzy's old boy. So the guy, I was 15 and the guy had hairs on his face. I barely had hairs on me nuts.
What are you doing there? So you're banging the rope. Is this, again, that intensity, that anger? You're almost telling him to come to the ring.
I was annoyed that he was taking so long, but I was emotional, and it was annoying me the fact that people were thinking this guy's so much better than me. I'm out of my depth. Everyone was saying this guy's a master boxer, you can't do anything with him, you can't outbox him, you're not on the same league as him. It annoyed me and infuriated me all through the camp. And when they kept saying all this Tony Bellew's got is a puncher's chance, in hindsight, looking back, I should have just went in there as a puncher. But I went to go in there once again to try and prove people wrong that I could outbox the master boxer. And yes, it's going well for a number of rounds, but it doesn't come out to fruition in total, Adi. So this is boxing, man. I mean, I shouldn't look back too bad, because that attitude of wanting to prove people wrong so much, that's the attitude that got me a world title. That's the attitude that got me all them wins. So I shouldn't change it for one night, you know. So if I could go back, I wouldn't change anything. I met a master boxer, a master tactician, and a truly great fighter on this night. That's what I came across.
I remember sort of watching this live, and I remember even thinking, like, he's taken about 5 minutes, maybe even longer, to even get to this stage where he is now, where he's waiting to walk into the ring. Was there anything discussed about that in terms of how long you're going to wait in the ring for him to come?
I could have been.
Have you done that before? Kept a fighter waiting in the ring for that long?
I kept David Haye waiting for the rematch. I could
understandably so.
Yeah, of course, man. He made me wait long enough.
I was about to say that.
But no, we see with him, I had so much respect for him before and after. I immensely respect him. What a man, what a fighter. I could have been the diva in this because, believe it or not, going into this fight, everything was on my terms. I dictated Oleksandr Usyk to him from... I could have made him walk first. Even with all them belts, I could have done that. He wanted me more than I wanted him.
Very true.
For the fight. What he didn't understand was the amount of respect I had for him, and also how much I love and regard boxing history, and for having it for its natural, the way it is, the way it should be. So I wanted him to walk second. I wanted to be the underdog. I wanted them belts. It wasn't about him. It was about me trying to achieve greatness.
Can I ask you about the feeling? Look, I'll never understand this feeling. A couple of minutes, he's in the ring, you're in the ring. You know you're about to go to war with this guy, and the build-up's been really good between you guys. You've had a lot of jokes. It's been a fun build-up, right? It's not been one of your angry ones.
I wish I would have known that he spoke English.
And he almost done a trick, didn't he? To pretend he didn't.
Jedi mind tricked me. As Eddie Murphy says, he done me, mate. He absolutely got me. So I wish I would have known then what I know now, because there would have been a bit more mental warfare played in the build-up. Would it have made a difference? Probably not.
Can you sense, like, you fought in small hall shows, you fought in the big arenas as well. Can you sense what's going on around you, or you just really zoned in to what's happening in the ring now? Can you sense all the colours, all the glitz, the noise?
When you get to this level, so when I was fighting in the leisure centres at the start, yes, you hear the shouts, the boos, every word, every murmur, you hear the lot. But when you get to this level and you're that engrossed in the game and in the business, and you then become the business, you are the main event who everyone's come to see, it kind of goes over your head, Addy.
Really?
Yeah, you know what's going on, but it's so ingrained in you, and it's so... It's just another day in the office. Even though, don't get me wrong, I'm going against the best of the best, but to me, he was just another man. 2 arms, 2 legs, I can beat you. I look at him, I have no fear. I'm so focused and so driven. You know,
look at the shape you're in there, by the way.
Yeah, I was in.
I mean, that's in tip-top shape, isn't it?
You know what? It took me. That was the hardest time it ever took me. I've got abs. I've got a chest on me. I was in the best shape ever. That's the best shape I was ever in, a cruiserweight. He knew I'm in business at that weigh-in. I put my hand on his chest and felt his heart. And I said, believe you me, I'm going to do everything I can to rip this heart out your chest tomorrow. And he grabbed hold of my hand and we shook hands, and then that was the only time in the whole build-up. He tried to shake my hand in the very first press conference. I rejected him. And the first time I grabbed hold of his hand was at the weigh-in. And I just let him know, but I felt his heart, and his heart weren't racing. Should have been racing. I left my hand on his heart for a little bit, and it weren't racing, man. He's cool, he's calm.
He is. Did you... As a young boxer coming up, obviously your dream would have been to win British Championship. You won all those things. You took every single box. You won a world title. Was it ever a dream to have Michael Buffer introduce you? Does that go through your mind? Like, I need Michael Buffer. I need to hear that "Let's get ready to rumble" thing. Then I know we're at the top.
At this point, Michael had become my friend. So because of the likes of Creed and winning the world title. He calls me his nephew, I call him my uncle. So we speak regularly, Uncle Mike, and he just calls me nephew. So I get on great with him. I don't look at him as Michael, but for the great man, the voice of boxing. I just look at him as a man, and a lovely, lovely man that he is. So, I mean, I've had so much going on in my life that nothing leaves me surprised anymore. Like, I can't believe I've been in a Rocky movie.
It's crazy.
I can't believe I've been British Commonwealth European champion. I cannot still, to this day, take into context that I fought at Goodison Park. This is what I'm talking about, getting on a knee. I never used to. Like, everyone said,
why are you doing it here? Why are you doing it now?
I just want to make sure that I get out safe, and everyone laughs at me and jokes, Tony, that he just wants to get home to his family safe. But literally, I know how far I'm willing to go. So when I'm in that ring, you're going to have to literally kill me.
Really?
I ain't quit. I can't quit. I can't go home. I can't look myself in the mirror. So if I get hit and get knocked down, I'm not a fighter who can say, do you know what, let's get to 8 and then get up. I'm getting up as fast as I can. I'm not getting up at, like, I've had fights where Over McKenzie hit me so hard, he's put me flat on my face and I'm up at 3.
Can I ask you something? And you can correct me if I'm wrong here. No. Listening to that introduction there by Michael Buffer in the reception, that sounds louder than Goodison Park did.
Probably was.
Is it because it's an arena, maybe? Maybe is that what it is, maybe?
An arena, and there was probably more in there, to be fair. So it's, do you know what?
That was one introduction.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And Unk is good. He's a good guy, man. He's fantastic, and he was brilliant to me throughout my career. As I say, getting to know each other on the Creed set properly. He'd announced me in fights before, but sitting and talking boxing with him, talking about his stories in the past. He knows Muhammad Ali is someone who I idolise, and he's got so many stories on Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Just listening to him and talking about Muhammad Ali is just amazing. So. He does a great job for him as well, and so it's so fitting. Like I said, I wouldn't have felt right with me being announced second, walking the ring second. I could have done it. It was in my power to do it. He had no say in the negotiation section. Eddie, once he called my name after winning all them belts, Eddie spoke to them and he said, it's all on your terms.
He looks there, like Michael Buffer just introduced him, and I almost see no emotion from him.
Exactly.
He just looks, like he's almost very just on his mission, on his job.
I can't believe the muscles in my back.
I didn't even know they existed. The lats are there.
No, with Oleksandr, he's emotionless. He takes all emotion away from fighting. You only see the emotional side of him when it's over.
Dave Coldwell, obviously, the trainer then. Best training you've ever had? You've had some good ones. Yeah,
I've had some brilliant coaches over the years. The best coach I had in the professional ranks by far, yes.
Yeah.
A brilliant
just a
coach.
Nice guy as well. So that
lovely family man, an honest man.
What's he saying to you there, Ton? Do you remember what he's saying to you?
Don't get emotionally involved, enjoy it. Just go out and box. You know what you've got to do. He knew I was so emotionally invested in this fight. This was me career-ending fight. This was me night to become great. I felt like even if I'd won this, it wouldn't have been greater than Goodison Park.
Really?
It didn't mean
not even because of the opponent.
Didn't mean.
I mean, like you say, like this is arguably
the best I ever faced.
This is it by some distance. You say as well.
Of course, he's the best.
And it still wouldn't have beat Goodison Park.
It wouldn't have
because
it wouldn't have beat the emotional and the emotion that I felt when Victor Loughlin waved that fight off.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have beat that. When I hit McCarver with that left hook, nothing can beat it. See,
immediately, first round, are you thinking, all right, he's doing things I didn't expect? What are you thinking straight away?
Straight away, he starts the way I expect him to start. Yeah. He's trying to have a look. He wants me to throw something because he wants to gauge my speed. Straight away, he just needs me to act. He needs me to react. And I'm trying to give him as little reaction as possible. I'm trying to feint him to see his reaction. It's a chess match at first. He's so good at what he does. See, the thing that you can't get caught up with him is don't stop thinking about he's looking to punch it in the face. He's not. He's looking for how you react to his movements.
Is that, like we say that with Floyd and Loma, that they're almost downloading information?
These guys aren't,
is that what they're doing?
Yeah, these guys aren't processing it like punch by punch. These guys aren't even interested in the punch first there he does. He's just looking for a reaction. He
Did you expect to be on the back foot?
Yeah, because I knew I was going to frustrate him.
Okay.
My plan was to frustrate him and cop him with something. Then after 6, I will then start pressuring him and looking for the big one. But I didn't realise I was going to be exhausted after 7. But he's so clever, mate.
You mentioned that, right? That mental exhaustion and just physical exhaustion as well. I mean, look, without giving yourself excuses, I mean, you were cutting a lot of weight to come down from heavy to cruiser.
That doesn't play. Of course,
it must play something.
That, no, but for me, I was in amazing shape. I felt so physically good. Okay, I'm not.
He looks really big, by the way.
Yeah, he's big. He's wide.
Yeah, his back looks really wide, doesn't it?
The cut. He had the same cut.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I bounced down from 17 stone something after my wedding in the July, and then I've got a cut. That's my problem. That's every fighter's problem. There's just this guy is trying to weigh me up. He's trying to see everything. That was my biggest plan, was to hit his body as much as possible. That was a great
little left hook to the body as well. That
he's surprised how sharp I am and how technically good I am at first. He's shocked at how I can make him miss and straight away come back with something. He can't gauge the distance yet. This is what takes him a couple of rounds. With AJ, he can't start like this.
What surprises me though with this one is that he's not stopping moving. There's not once where I've seen him stop his feet and plant. He's always seems to be on the go.
He doesn't need to plant his feet to punch. He's the only fighter I ever faced who doesn't need to stop to punch. He can punch while he moves. which is a very, very hard thing to do. And the reason he can do it is because there's no weight in some of his punches. When he wants to hit you, he can sit down on a punch, and don't think he's not. He's very physically strong, but he's not a puncher.
I get you what you mean.
He can hit you and get your respect, and he hits you and you go, oh, well, I wouldn't want to take another one like that, but it's not hit you and go, wow. I don't, it's not like when David hit you.
I was going to ask that. You know, you've always mentioned in the past, like, going into David Haye, I thought, like, because of his power, that you could be in trouble. What fight kind of gave you the most to think about going into, this or David Haye?
Oh, with what David can do, David's so dangerous.
Yeah.
With Oleksandr, I knew, I didn't actually think he could stop me, and if I didn't drastically tie the way I did, I would never have got stopped. But once again, you have to tell him why I got so tired. He made me tired. His mental endurance was just outmatched mine. He's so fit, he's so mentally switched on at all times. His physical ability is very good, but it's what he does with this that's what really counts. So I just didn't anticipate tired, and when I faced David, I was so switched on.
Yeah.
Like, I was so much more mentally invested than he was. David just thought it was a physical approach. David believed he just had to turn up and get rid of me. Yeah. And
to be fair, a lot of people thought that.
Of course, the world thought it. And I don't blame them for thinking that. But as a fighter, that's the worst place you want to be in. I thought against Usyk, my danger was never going to be in getting tired because I was in such great shape. I didn't think being tired would be a factor in this fight because I was in such great shape. I didn't. So when I say, when you in the build up to fight, all fighters say I'm in the shape of my life, I'm in great shape.
That's the line we're here.
That's the line. But for this fight, it was crazy because I had an injury coming in, which doesn't play a part in any way, shape or form in the fight. But it's the only fight out the last 5 where it didn't hit personal bests.
See, I just saw him there land a straight right.
Yeah.
It rocked your head back. You almost looked a bit surprised.
Yeah.
As to where that punch had come from. And I didn't notice that watching this back I've seen this fight maybe 10 times. I never noticed it until now.
What he does is he lets you think. You see, he looks like he's gauging the distance there. Then he pops a little stiff one.
Yeah.
And that takes you by surprise at times. But it's that hot. You see, watch his feet. You can't see his feet now, but as he steps, as he bounces, in the middle of the bounce, pop, there's a little one on your face. But then I dig his body again. I'd say the body was such a massive factor for me coming into this fight.
Was that a case of, okay, we need to slow his legs down, let's chop at the body?
No, the fact of the reason I went to body is so much, he doesn't like getting hit downstairs.
Okay.
That's the top and bottom of it. Doesn't like nobody. The last time he was on the floor was off a body shot.
Yeah, I'll pass that note on to Anthony Joshua.
Artur Beterbiev is the last person to drop him. Yeah, and it was a body shot that he says was illegal, but it wasn't. Watch the fight back and you'll see it.
How do you think you're doing now, Tony? So what, a minute and a half?
I think I'm getting the better of the exchanges, and I think that he's still not happy with where the range is at, and he's amazed that how hard I am to hit. He thought it was. See, I kept saying.
You're talking to him. What are you saying to him? What are you saying?
Fight, keep coming.
I remember that made not just the crowd go mad. Me and my friends at home were like, okay, I think we spilt drinks at this time. It was like, okay, Tony's up for this one big time.
I just want him to engage more. So you see, I've placed in everyone's mind that all I can do is chin this guy. The only chance I've got is to knock him out. So when I've gone straight away onto the back foot, everyone's like, what's he doing? What are you doing? You can't box with this guy. What do you think? And in his mind, he's prepared mentally for someone who's going to come and try and take his head off, as they all do. Like Gassiev tried with him. But I'm making him miss so frequently that he's like, this isn't in the book.
He's making you work though, isn't it? I mean, both, to be fair, look, you're making him work.
I choose to press
after 2 rounds, I'm exhausted just watching this. Just 2 rounds gone, this is already a lot of work from both of you.
Especially at this weight, we're basically heavyweights who have to make weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get the better of the exchange, as you see there, that right hand, the last one. But as he's making me work for everything I'm getting, and although I'm on the back foot and I'm making the counters work, at the same time, he's tiring me.
Are you thinking there, because I can even see the way you went back in the corner, like, okay, you know, I'm as good as him, we're good. Or are you thinking, okay, this is going to be tough work?
I don't know if I ever believed I was as good as him.
Really?
I thought I can chin him. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't think I've never thought I'm as good as Oleksandr Usyk. I never thought I'm better than him. But I've thought on my night, I know I can compete with him. I'm trying my very best there to get him to engage and to get him to... I'm trying to get him to do something that he hasn't done. I'm trying to get him to put pressure on.
Yeah.
And I just want him to commit more. That's the hardest thing to get Oleksandr Usyk to do, is commit.
Yeah.
If you can get him to commit, then you've got him in trouble.
Yeah.
He's somebody who only commits when he's ready to commit. If you can make him commit, as I'm doing by going on the back foot, then you're halfway there.
Are you scoring the fight in your head at the time? Or are you 2-0 up right now going into this third?
Do you know what? When I was actually in the fight, no, I just thought I'm getting the better of this.
Okay.
I definitely thought that until it gets to round 7.
Yeah.
And then I thought, because I get hit in round 6, I think it is, with something big.
It's 6, yeah. I think it's saying after the bell as well.
Yeah, it is.
Right on the
bell. But I think I'd won 6, and then he's nailed me with something, and it gives him the confidence. But then I remember that's a great left hand by him, right on the chin. But it's a short, sharp left hand on the chin. There's no weight in it. He's just trying to get the range again. But as I say, this lead right hand keeps
Do you know this, like in the fight, what he's trying to do? Or is it because you've watched it back now? But do you know that, okay, he's just using all these shots as rangefinders, or is that kind of a hindsight thing in watching it?
I never knew what he was going to do.
Nice big right hand from you as well there.
Yeah, it's once again, I'm making him fall short with that jab. If I can take away his jab, I can take away everything. With the southpaw, he needs the jab to land. If the jab can't land, he's lost. You
cracked him a few times clean in this fight.
Yeah.
Was you surprised that he was able to take your power?
It's only in this round where I only catch him clean in the fight once, and it's in this round. I hit him with something on the top of his head because I felt it in my glove. My only regret in the fight is that I didn't go all out in this round for the finish.
Really?
I did. It doesn't look like I hit him bad, but he felt it in the third. Yeah. You know when something lands and it's nice.
Nice right hand there from you as well.
And I just didn't press. It as I said, once again, it's how I make him miss that impresses me the most. But me and David worked on it. See, he caught me there clean.
Clean left.
Well, when someone's a massive puncher and they cop you clean, you hit the floor.
Did anything about what he was doing now so far surprise you? I mean, was there anything like, okay, I didn't expect the adjustments,
The adjustments with his feet.
And a lot of people were saying that as well. Even I think the commentary ringside were like, okay, he's making adjustments here.
You can study him and watch him all you want. See that he did anything that isn't right. I touched him there on the back of the ear. That's a legal punch.
Yeah.
He's straight. He will whinge to referees. This is my worry when he goes into future opponents and future fights, is that the writing's on the wall when he starts whinging to referees.
I'm about to say that's surprising, because when I look, I wasn't a top boxer. When I look at fighters and they start complaining, I'm like, oh, they don't like being there. They don't want to be there.
Never complain to the referee. I never ever used to complain to the referee. He hit me low, you know what, I'm going to hit you low too. The minute you start complaining to referees, you're asking him to intervene in something that he doesn't need to intervene in. Do it yourself.
How are you feeling fitness-wise here now, coming to the end of round 3? You still got...
I still felt good. I was just amazed at how he kept judging the distance, because now I'm struggling to get a foot. Obviously, there's the shot.
That was a nice crack. And he's on the back foot there.
Yeah.
But he plays possum well, doesn't he? Because you don't know... Me watching it now, I don't know he's hurt.
See, he doesn't really punch there for a few seconds after I've nailed him with that uppercut. I'm so sorry I didn't jump on him. He felt that 100%. He's really felt the right uppercut. And I should have jumped on him.
Do you remember what Dave's saying to you at the end of the round 3 here? Do you how much do boxers remember and take instructions from the corner? That's a good body shot. Very good body shot. You both kind of landed at the same time. He landed he landed a couple of good shots in him there. Nice little right hand as well.
It is, but it's just a head poker. There's no power in that, because he's got to literally on the very end of your punch, and that's down to once again.
He's on the way back already, isn't he?
His judgment at distance is fantastic.
Why is... We look at sort of these guys from the Eastern Bloc, right, and just their brain IQ. Obviously, everyone will point to Loma, but it's not just Loma, it's him as well.
He's every bit as good as Loma.
Yeah.
He's every bit as good as Loma. People don't... Because Loma does it in a way of movement and dexterity and how he bounces and moves around the ring, that's why people say, oh, Loma's so much better. And because he's more...
Flashier, Loma?
Flashier,
is that
ambiguous. I don't know, but the word I'm looking, he's so...
ambidextrous.
Yes, he's everywhere. Like, he'll spin round the point, he'll be behind you, and he's slapping you. He's tapping you on the head. It's almost like he's so good he's doing it cockily. But Oleksandr doesn't do that. But he can be just as effective. And because he's not doing it the flashy way, the matador and the bull like Lomachenko done to certain fighters,
That's a nice little left hand he landed there.
Yeah,
kind of,
straight on top of the head.
I don't know if you were either ducking down or that buckled your knees.
I was trying to come away from it because you see my legs are around me. I'm just. It's still a crazy chess match where we both know that if someone makes a big mistake here, someone could really badly pay.
Yeah.
But he's not once again willing to commit the way I want him to.
Do you think that now he's at heavyweight? Because you're watching all the movement and all the energy that he's kind of letting off as well. Can he do that? 1.5 stone, 2 stone heavier?
100%.
Really?
He's still got that energy. He's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal fighter. It's his IQ that allows him to do these things, I think. It's not just being a great athlete, it's knowing when to do it and when not to do it. He'll be able to gauge. So all the time here, once again, as I say, there's nothing in them punches. He's throwing them to see how I react for when he does wait for the big one. So he's now setting up what's coming in round 7.
Yeah.
He's not looking to execute in round 4. He's looking to execute in round 7, 8. And
again, that goes to that downloading information tag, right?
That's a big right hand I've just landed as well. See, you know when you land a big shot because he stops punching and he goes missing. He hasn't thrown a punch well, he's thrown them flicky jabs, but that right hand caught him right on the button.
You know what him and Loma remind me of? Obviously, you know when we talk about Mexican fighters and their pressure, like a fight like Antonio Margarito, for example, but it almost is uneducated pressure. Like, okay, I'm going to land my 2 and I'm going to take 2. I watch him and Loma and it's just pressure, but it's like educated pressure. They're not coming in silly taking shots, although you landed a great little right hand there.
You see, it's not because what you're describing it is, yes, they're putting pressure on all the time, but what people fail to see is the pressure isn't coming from the hands.
The feet.
The pressure's coming from the front foot. His front foot is always within range. It's always there. I'm trying to goad them in again, doing nonsense on the ropes. But
it looks like you're starting to feel it here now, Tony, though.
Yeah, it's you feel it a bit, but no, not at this stage. I'm still, after 4 rounds, I'm never going to be tired. Yeah, okay. It's his front foot that gets me, and I'm trying to offset him by giving him the feints. I want him to take a step back to the centre of the ring so we've got space. By me being here, now he's caught me good and proper there, right on the back of the jaw.
But, you caught him there as well.
Yeah, and then I pop him with the right hand. Once again, he was definitely impressed by my speed on the night. But it's that front foot pressure.
Hands down here, is that you trying to sort of lure him in or just
engage? I just want him to engage. I want to entice him. I want him to take risks. He'll never take stupid risks. He will not do it.
You know, end of round 4 here now.
Yeah.
You lost, and we can put that to the side. But in terms of your own boxing ability shown in this fight, did you surprise yourself at how good you were? Some of the stuff you're doing here, the feints, making them miss, your hands down, again, the movement. This is a very, very good Tony Bellew performance.
Yeah, I'm happy with what happened in the fight. I mean, the way I approach, that's a big right hand I've got him with there. Now that's the one I said he felt.
Yeah.
That's the one where I should have.
That's the one he definitely felt, by the way.
That's the one, because now you see he just wants a few seconds to breathe and relax. I should have put
Dave's here. I can
that.
clearly remember Dave telling you, calm down, don't engage. I remember it like it was yesterday, him screaming at you, because there was a couple of times at the end of that round where you were looking to kind of just unload.
I should have emptied the tank in that round.
Really?
That's me regret. I should have emptied the tank and went for him. But once again, he's prepared for that style of fight. He's ingrained for that style of boxing. He's ready for anything like that. So, and once I go back to, I've got to draw him in. I've got to entice him. Dave knew the plan that we put together. Dave knew that it was hoping to come together late doors and then get him late on and really make him feel it. Like I said before, I've never thought of myself as this fantastic boxer. What it is I can adapt and adjust to all scenes and all styles.
I remember sort of going on Twitter at the time, and I remember all the tweets flooding in saying, "Oh, Usyk ain't that good." I remember, like, it's got to this stage, like, because everyone's expecting something kind of ungodly from this man. It's like, look, Tony's got him. Usyk ain't that good. But then I remember a few people, and I think Paulie Malignaggi was commentating at the time, and I remember him saying, "This guy is going through the gears now. He's starting to go through the gears. Like, he's starting to close that distance, right? The gaps have been found now. He's got the distance that you say he's been looking for the first 4 rounds. Can you sense him getting closer with that front foot?
As I say, the front foot is the key to the fight for him. He's brilliant. And the defence is really good. It's a conventional orthodox defence. It's the hands-up style defence, but what people don't anticipate is you always think he's in range, and that is draining. That is so tiring as the rounds go on. It's so hard to deal with, but from his...
You're quite elusive in this fight as well.
I'm making a miss, and as I said, that definitely caught him by surprise how hard I was to hit.
Good body shot from you there as well.
I just wish I'd have done a few things a bit more differently, but in all honesty and being brutally honest about it, I don't think it would have changed the outcome.
Really? That good?
Yeah, I just think he's that good.
And that's a difficult thing to admit as well.
You just got to be honest sometimes. Sometimes they're better than you.
What if you fought him when you were 31? No, seriously, I mean, you're 35 here now fighting him. Yeah. 35 years of age. I mean, come on, father time waits for no one, right? I mean, you can be as fit as you want. You're never going to be as fit as Tony Bellew at 31.
But at 31, I'm still not better than Oleksandr Usyk. At 31, yes, I've got more energy. Yes, I've got a little bit more. I've got less know-how. It's the know-how that I've built up that have allowed me to do this to him at this stage of his career. Yeah. So this is the first time in his life that he's probably been down after 5 rounds. He's down after 6 rounds. He's down after 7 rounds on the cards. He's now starting to get worried, and he's got to put his foot to the floor. And this is now where I am getting tired.
Did you ever think I'm going to fight Oleksandr Usyk? Like you know, when you were coming up and you know you had those fights against Adonis Stevenson, and then you moved to cruiserweight. Did you ever think this kid here, I'll probably be fighting him soon?
He was still amateur, so when after the light heavyweight loss, what happened is when I became world champion, he was still fighting 8 or 10 rounders. I knew if I stayed at cruiserweight, once I became world champion, I knew he's going to want this belt, and I knew he'd be the one to reign.
You know what's crazy for me watching it now? I've watched all of your fights, and I don't ever remember seeing you sit on the ropes as much.
Yeah, it's something that...
Like, I've always looked at you as the most aggressive person I've ever seen, whether it be in the ring or out of the ring. Yeah. So normally you're always on the front foot. So I've never really seen you sort of fight on the back foot. Was that something, okay, we've got to do? Why?
At this stage in my career, I've become so comfortable in the boxing ring. Yeah. And that's a massive testament down to Dave Colden. Yeah. We worked so much on things. I had sparring partners come in camp. We'd have 3 different sparring partners in 12-round sparring sessions. I would have heavyweights come in. I would have big, fast cruiserweights come in. Dangerous fighters, punchers, boxers, all different types. And some rounds, I would just go right. They would say, I go to the corner, you go, sit. Just sit in the corner and counter everything that they do. And I became so comfortable in the boxing ring. So yes, it's taken years to now do and fathom.
He hurt you there, didn't he? I saw a bit of a stumble. He's caught you there.
It's always the fact of, you'll know when someone like him hurt you because my leg will give in. Yeah. But for a massive part of when people think I'm hating this fight or when I've been nailed, it's because the orthodox v southpaw, the feet, you get hit and you're off balance. So until you see me leg buckle or slightly dimmer or dip, that's when I've been hit, definitely. But he hit me a number of times in the fight, but not badly until this round.
Yeah, this is the round, I think, where everyone said the tide started to turn. Yeah. Obviously, I think most people did give you 4, maybe even all of the first 5 rounds, but a lot of people had you up, definitely. Yeah. Are you thinking in this round, okay, what do I have to do here now? Like, okay, am I good enough to kind of get rid of this guy? Because you've thrown a lot. Yeah. He's taken some shots, you've landed some shots, but he's still on that front foot. Still pressure. I started thinking to myself this stage, now I'm making him miss by such big amounts that he's going to have to start taking risks soon. And tire, maybe? Was you ever thinking that he should tire?
I didn't think he'd tire, no. I knew he's an endurance machine. Yeah. But what I did think is the missing should start frustrating him. And he'll walk onto something big. Yeah. And then, lo and behold, I actually tired. So he was just...
I'm happy you could laugh at that now.
Oh, mate, you've got to. If you don't laugh, mate, you'll cry. You've just got to be honest sometimes and look at yourself and analyse yourself. There's a reason why I'm good at doing this kind of thing is because I'm honest. And if you just look at yourself for what you are, yes, I'm doing really well in parts in the fight. I'm going against what... Oh, that's a good shot. I'm going against what everyone thinks I can and can't do.
It's a nice shot from Usyk. His right hand is so fast.
Yeah, he's so clever with it, but the reason it's so quick is because there's nothing in it. Yeah. It's a rangefinder all the time. Like I said before, you take away the jab of a southpaw, you've beat the fighter.
Is it very much, like, do you still look at him and think that he's still got this amateur scoring point style?
100%.
Like, when they see those right hands, it's very much, like you said, there's not much on them, but they're scoring points, we're money in the bank.
The left hand will never land until he's comfortable throwing the right.
Yeah.
He's done the left hand multiple times in this fight, but every time he's landed the left hand, there's been nothing in it.
Yeah.
They've been bounced off me forehead or they've bounced off the side of my head. None of them have been aimed with any ferocity towards the chin, because he can't be comfortable landing that straight right, that straight jab.
He's catching. Your legs are starting to slow down here now.
Yeah.
So, are you looking for just the big shot now to almost put a dent in him?
No, I'm still trying to hit the body and I'm still trying to counter punch him.
Yeah, which you did there, which you just did there.
What I should do, see, it's smooth and it's calm and it's clever.
That was a big right hand.
I've made him miss a few times and then I've come back with the counter and then there's another one. As I said, I'm now tired. And I'm now
tired. Now can feel it that you're getting tired.
I know by watching myself, I don't remember how I felt looking back at it by watching it, but I know straight away I'm tired.
That was a shot. That was a shot right on the bell that almost buckled your legs a little bit. And to be fair, at the time of watching it, I thought that was a legal shot. Now though, watching it again, it's right on the bell.
That, I know I'm tired and because my lead hand is going slow.
Okay.
I'm throwing what's called in boxing a lazy jab.
Yeah.
A lazy jab is boom, boom, instead of bang, bang.
Okay.
Bang, bang. I'm going boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
And that is the first sign that a good fighter is fatiguing. You know, it's starting to get hard now. As you see, early doors,
sharp,
it's sharp, it's accurate, it's crisp. He's caught
even
by
the right
surprise.
hand's coming back so quick. Look at it.
And I never had the quickest hands in the pro game. You know, we worked on speed for this fight, just pot shot counters like that, that were taken by surprise. They don't have to be big, heavy shots. You see nods, always an appreciation that a good shot's caught him. But like I said before, this guy's so clever. He's setting traps for round 7 and round 8.
Don't you think you're putting money in the bank though? Because again, you've landed some good body shots.
Yeah.
You landed a couple of shots up top. Are you not thinking, okay, I'm starting to put a dent on him as well?
Yeah, I mean, this is the round now where I am tired.
Yeah.
So now I've really started to feel it, which has never happened to me this early in my career before. I've had fights before where I'm tired in round 8 or 9.
Are you not thinking though that a second win's coming?
You hope that.
Yeah.
Because some fights it does.
Yeah.
Some fights it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. That's where you know you're in the shit. Because there's some fights where camp ain't gone great.
Where is the second win that I've been working on?
Some camps haven't gone great.
Yeah.
For more than 10 fights in my career, I've been on antibiotics when I've been in the ring. Building because I've got sick. I used to always get chest infections.
He's landed a couple of good body shots in this round as well. I mean,
he's now starting to think this guy's got a lead and I've got to change up.
Yeah.
So now what he starts doing is he starts tightening up the guard and not bouncing out as much. He's now starting to walk me down.
Technically, in the world today, is there a better boxer than him technically, right now? Only his fellow Ukrainian, maybe.
No, I think as a pure, just natural boxer,
Crawford.
I think there's a handful who can be up there and say that him. There's Crawford, there's Canelo, there's Lomachenko.
It's maybe it.
Nah, I like Errol Spence, you know.
Yeah, it's not technically out there like this.
Oh no, it's different. It's a different technique, Addy, but it's an amazing.
This is when I'm thinking, all right, Tony, get off the ropes. This is when I'm like, okay. It's like it gives you an opening to get off.
Yeah, but
obviously your legs are so tight. Is it because you don't want?
I want a pot shot. I want a counter punch him. I want him to walk onto one. I'm still thinking if I cop him with the right one, I can drop him. Because if I drop you, you're gone.
Yeah.
I don't drop people and then fighters can carry on.
No.
If I drop you, I finish fights. And I'm just thinking I only need to drop him once, and I still believe in me power massively at this stage, especially with them gloves on. With them 10-ounce grants on, I can knock anybody out. I know I can if I land clean, but it's just he gives you so little opportunity.
Would you have done anything, like you're watching it back now, apart from your point when you said you'd emptied the tank, as you're watching it now, is there like, okay, I should have done this, I should have done that?
That third and fourth round I should have emptied.
That was
the
two,
tank. And then them 2 rounds should have emptied the tank, but I don't think it would have worked still, but I would have given myself a better opportunity, and maybe I could have dropped him, I could have caught him with one of the big ones, but he's just better than me, Addy.
Yeah.
The way he just like, I'm making him miss, and it's not frustrating him the way it should.
Yeah.
He's still persistent, he's still there.
That's what scares me about him.
He still believes in himself.
He's not stopped doing it. It's almost like he trusts his technique and ability so much, we're going to keep doing it regardless.
And so he should, because it's never done him wrong before. It's never failed him.
As an amateur or a pro.
Yeah, he doesn't know defeat. And the guys who beat him in the amateurs, he goes back and beats them.
What do you do there? I don't know who is ringside, but you nod your head like almost in like, no. You shake it as though...
Done.
Is that what you're shaking your head to ringside, saying I'm done?
I'm done, yeah. I'm done. When he's there now, he says to me, I forget what he says, but he said to me,
Dave?
Are you tired?
Dave's asking you that?
Yeah. He says in me, he whispers to me, Are you tired? I said, I'm exhausted.
Okay.
I've never been that tired in my life.
I
don't remember anything after this round now. So watching this back, I've only ever seen now how when I get hit and if I get up, because I never knew if I got up. I've never seen the fight back further than after getting up. But I don't remember anything. I have to watch this now. So this is the last part I remember speaking to Dave. I have to watch this now.
Can I ask you then, that feeling of you're done, I'm exhausted, there's nothing in me, and the guy in front of you is still moving like the first round.
Yeah.
Is it? I asked you at the top, isn't that scary? Fearful? Isn't that scary?
No, put me out. He can't pull me out. He knows there's going to be a fight in the dressing room if he pulls me out. So I've got to go out on my shield, finish me off, wipe me out. I can't.
But you're still thinking here now, although you're exhausted, round 8, you're still thinking, if I land that right hand still, is that still in the head?
I'm now winging it on a prayer.
Really?
I'm now winging it, mate.
He landed that big left, and I think most people thought from there, it's gone. Yeah. Your legs have gone a bit as well now.
It's crazy watching this that I can't remember this happening, and I can't remember I can see what he's doing. He's positioning me because now the jab's starting to land. See,
yeah, and it's different now as well. It's not even like you said. It's not a rangefinder now. He's there. He's in range.
So now he will load up on the left hand. How long's gone? I don't even know.
A minute left. Sorry, a minute gone.
Then he stops me. So I would imagine it's coming soon because I'm trying to tie him up there.
And that's the first time you've tried to do that in the fight.
I've tried to get his arm and yank his arm up and move it out of place. So yeah, I'm trying to do things now.
That's your UFC, UFC watching Bellew.
I'm trying to do anything I can now to really get to him, to sneak a break, to get time out, just to try and lure him onto something. But
it's a nice little right hand from you there. So you still.
It is, but I'm fighting on instinct.
Well.
I'm fighting on instinct and what's been drilled into me for months. There's where he's hurt me then.
Yeah.
See, now I'm physically badly hurt.
Yeah.
And he's landing the left hands at will now, because he's got the range perfectly with the jab.
Every shot now from him is landing, and it's landing with mean intentions as well now. Whereas before I felt like he was just touching you. Yeah. Now he's really, that was the big one, wasn't it? That shot there, the left hand.
Coming here now.
Yeah.
I know it is because I'm too tired. I'm not coming up there. Yeah, it's my bad.
Yeah, it's a big sort of a 1-2.
I can't believe
how you get up immediately is what's. Like, it's crazy. Terry O'Connor calls it off.
I can't believe I even got up. So that's the...
See, Dave's coming in and speaking to... Dave's speaking to you.
I see at this stage, I don't remember this, but I can tell by looking at me and my face, I'm just gutted. But then I'm straight away giving the respect he deserves. And
what I like about the respect both of you were given is because the build-up was so nice. There was no trash talk. It was two guys that he knew it was going to be a tough fight. You knew it was going to be a tough fight.
His team were really nervous the night before,
as they should have been.
Because Eddie was saying to me, he said, "Tony, Eagles is nervous, man." And he said, "But he's now. I've seen him before big fights and I heard from him, but they were nervous because they were like, what does Tony see? Because we see it in his eyes. He's so confident." And Oleksandr was like, "This guy really believes he's going to win."
Was your wife ringside?
She was in the building.
She was in the building?
She was in the building, yeah. She was in the building.
I always think about sort of the partners, how they feel.
She got abused in the lift. Someone said something nasty to her. A member of, someone who was there in the building said something nasty to her, and then she responded back to with some horrific words to the person.
Scouser, innit?
A woman scorned. So someone preempted and videoed her on the phone, which was disgusting to do, but they dragged the reaction out of her knowing who she was, but not thinking that that's her husband and he's just been fighting for his life. Because the last thing she's seen me hit the floor, and she ran out the box and ran to the lift to get to the dressing room because she wanted to. So the last thing she's seen was me on the floor, and then the next thing
she doesn't know if you're okay.
She doesn't know if I'm okay from down there to the bottom. So then when she gets down the stairs, she's then like, "Is he okay?" And then this person says this thing in the lift to her.
I didn't necessarily like the interviews after because
I've never seen it, so this would be the first time I've ever seen it.
I think you're still concussed. That's
listen,
I'm thinking it's tough.
100%. I've got concussion here.
Yeah.
I've got concussion. but I'm so happy it doesn't deter me respect from him.
Yeah.
Because some people could be concussed and kick off and go crazy and I didn't do this either. Now, I knew. So, as I said, ultimate respect for him. Just an amazing fighter. A good guy. So, Amir, I didn't even know Amir was there, man. I've got love for Amir.
Tony, everyone was there. Everyone. Honestly, it was an absolutely fantastic fight, an absolutely fantastic night as well.
Thank you.
For British boxing. Obviously, Manchester Arena sold out.
Yeah.
And if you're going to lose to one of the best cruiserweights we've ever seen.
Lose to the best, mate. I look back on that and it's hard to watch, but you just got to be honest, man. I'm proud of what I've done, what I achieved in the sport, and going up against Oleksandr Usyk, I can hand on heart say I've gone up there against the best cruiserweight I've ever seen in my life. You know, and that includes anyone.
As well.
Cal there as well. It's I'm honoured to have shared the ring with him.
Yeah.
Didn't go my way, but doesn't detract from the amazing fighter that he is.
It certainly doesn't. That was Playback, an absolutely fantastic Playback as well. 2018 November 10th, Tony Bellew versus Oleksandr Usyk. Tony, my man, thank you very much for watching that with me.
Thank you very much, brother.
Cheers, brother.